It was supposed to be the perfect evening. You know, a romantic dinner, candlelight, a shared meal. But what she saw inside that box, it changed everything. This is a story of love that ended in the most unexpected way. So, what's the truth here? And where did this whole story really begin?
Okay, let's just dive right into this whole mess. Our story kicks off with what should have been a really simple happy moment between a couple. But when that pizza box opened, one of them just looked on in absolute horror. This was not what they expected. It was, and I'm not exaggerating, a betrayal of the highest culinary order.
See, the crime wasn't what you think. It wasn't cheating. It was a Chicago deep dish pizza. Yeah. And this single act of saucy betrayal sparked this huge debate. It really forces us to ask a pretty fundamental question. What actually is a pizza? To find the answer, we have to go back to the scene of the original crime.
So, our investigation begins where it all started, on the bustling streets of Naples, Italy. This is the birthplace, the ground zero for everything we think of as pizza today.
So meet the ancestor, the Neapolitan. And this isn't just some old recipe. It's practically law. I'm serious, it has a protected status with incredibly strict rules about what can be called a true Neapolitan pizza. It's all about that thin, soft base and the pure, simple toppings. No messing around.
And its journey is just fascinating. It started way back in the 1700s as a cheap, filling meal for poor workers, using tomatoes that were actually pretty new to Europe at the time. But fast forward to 1889 and it got a total royal glow-up. The legendary margherita pizza was born, with basil, mozzarella, and tomato representing the green, white, and red of the Italian flag for Queen Margherita herself.
But when Italian immigrants brought this beloved dish across the Atlantic, something absolutely wild happened. It didn't just adapt, it started a war. A full-on civil war of crusts and toppings between America's biggest cities.
And right here, these are the two main rivals. In the right corner, you've got the New York slice. It's thin, it's wide, you can fold it. It was designed by immigrants for busy New Yorkers to eat on the move. And in the left corner, the defendant from our opening story, the Chicago deep dish. This thing is a beast with these towering, buttery crust walls, layers of toppings, and the sauce goes on top. You need a knife and fork for this one, for sure. And let me tell you, the debate gets seriously heated. The comedian and very proud New Yorker Jon Stewart famously went on this legendary rant, declaring that deep dish isn't pizza at all. He called it, among other things, a casserole and a marinara swimming pool for rats. Yeah, strong words.
But the rivalry isn't just between New York and Chicago. Oh no. Enter Detroit. Born in the Motor City, this pizza was originally baked in rectangular blue steel pans that were literally borrowed from auto factories. The crucial detail here is the cheese. It's Wisconsin brick cheese, not mozzarella, and it's spread to the very edge, creating this incredible crispy caramelized cheese crust. And then they add the sauce on top, after it's baked.
Okay, so America clearly took the concept of pizza and just ran with it in every direction. But our investigation is now going global, and believe me, the trail gets even stranger from here.
Just look at this lineup of international suspects. In Turkey, you have lahmacun, which has minced meat and spices but breaks what some would call the cardinal rule: no cheese. Spain has coca, a flatbread that can be savory or, get this, even sweet, like a dessert. India puts this brilliant local twist on it with marinated paneer cheese, and down in Argentina the fogaza is a thick, bready crust piled high with a mountain of onions.
We've seen some strange things, but now we enter the final phase of our investigation. We're about to look at exhibits so bizarre, so reality-bending, they challenge the very definition of pizza itself.
Let's start with our first suspect. It comes from the small town of Altoona, Pennsylvania, and it asks a question that many would consider blasphemous, a question that breaks the most sacred rule of pizza cheese.
And here is the evidence. This is Altoona-style pizza. It's a thick, Sicilian-style dough, cut into squares with some salami, and then covered with a thick, gooey layer of melted yellow American cheese. Yes, the kind you put on a cheeseburger. Outsiders are horrified, but the locals, they will defend this thing to the death.
Okay, hold on. It gets weirder. Our next piece of evidence takes us all the way to the Rocky Mountains of Colorado for pizza that's hiding a very sweet secret right there in its crust. They call this the Colorado Mountain Pie. It's so huge and heavy with toppings that it's literally sold by the pound. But its most unique feature is that thick, braided crust. It's served with a side of honey, because after you finish the main part of the pizza, you're supposed to dip the crust in the honey and eat it like a dessert breadstick.
So we've questioned the type of cheese. We've questioned the crust. But our final suspect commits what many would call the ultimate pizza crime. It eliminates the key ingredient entirely.
This is a Rhode Island red strip. You don't find it in pizzerias, you find it in bakeries. It's a simple strip of baked pizza dough, covered in a thick tomato sauce and usually served at room temperature. And there is no mozzarella, no Parmesan, no cheese whatsoever. It's like a pizza without its soulmate.
So there you have it. We've presented all the evidence. We started with the original in Naples, we witnessed the Civil War in America, we saw all the global variations, and we've confronted the most bizarre suspects in the country.
And so, after this entire investigation, from the deep dish that started it all to the cheeseless strips of Rhode Island, the final verdict is now in your hands. What is a pizza? And maybe more importantly, which one of these is a true culinary crime? Let us know what you think in the comments. The case is now closed.